In this video series, we're going to test, rate, and review one of many copper cleaning hacks. This video is for people who want to see how copper cleaning hacks turn out in real time. In each video in this series, we will test a different DIY to clean copper. We'll break down how these hacks work, how long they take, and what the copper looks like after a few days, because it's not always pretty. Welcome to my channel. I'm Horton, a coppersmith and a jeweler. I like to do experiments with chemicals and copper. In today's video, we are going to test a hack that uses a paste made of lemon juice and baking soda mixed together. First, I'm testing the pH of the baking soda. I mixed it with a little water so the paper test strips will work. It looks like it is a light green, which is weakly alkaline with a pH of about 8. Alkaline also means basic, and that's the opposite of an acid. So when you mix an acid and a base, there's a chemical reaction that we will see here in a moment. You might remember making a paper mache volcano in elementary school and filling it with baking soda and then adding vinegar that had been tinted with red food coloring for a classroom-safe lava flow. Next, I'm testing lemon juice by itself, and that turned out to be somewhere between orange and red, so strongly acid with a pH of about 3. Now I'm going to use a dropper to put the lemon juice into about 2 tablespoons worth of baking soda in this reclaimed yogurt jar. I'm using a dropper to put it in very slowly because it's very easy to use too much liquid when you are trying to make a paste with the baking soda. You can see that it is bubbling up every time I add a little bit of lemon juice to the baking soda. It makes a fizzing sound, but I only have a bubble sound effect. I stir it up until it's mixed thoroughly, and as I'm using it, the baking soda sinks to the bottom and the lemon juice sort of sits on top. I'm stirring it with a little copper wire stick that I made, but you can use anything to stir it with. Now I'm going to test the pH of the lemon juice and baking soda paste. Remember, we already tested the lemon juice by itself and it was about a 3, strongly acid, and the baking soda by itself was an 8, weakly alkaline. Now combined, we get something between yellow and the first green level, so between pH 6 and 8. The pH of this solution is about 7, neutral. I lost the footage of the first tarnished garden plant marker that I polished with the lemon juice and baking soda paste. I think it turned out really nice. It took me about 10 minutes of polishing, which is quite a bit of work for something that's about 2 square inches. Because I lost the footage of polishing this first garden plant marker, I decided to film myself polishing another one with the same lemon juice and baking soda paste. Now the paste is about 2 hours old and it's not working as well as it did before. I think that is important to know if you're going to try this hack because you can't save the mixture and it's not effective for very long. I spent another 10 minutes polishing this plant marker and it turned out fine, but there was still a little tarnish and I think that left a nice dynamic finish. Next, I decided to make a new batch of lemon juice and baking soda paste and polish a third garden plant marker so I can record the progress and ensure that I was giving an honest review. I again used a dropper to add the juice to the baking soda and I again tested the pH and it came out the same as before. I spent about 10 minutes polishing this one and it came out pretty nice. Again, this hack left some tarnish, which resulted in a dynamic surface, which I kind of like. Finally, I'm going to do a control by using the baking soda and water mixture to see how well that polishes a tarnished garden plant marker. I want to compare the lemon juice and baking soda mixture with the water and baking soda mixture to see if the main polishing agent could be attributed to the baking soda. This experiment did not turn out very well. It was not easy to polish, and the surface of the plant marker got shinier, but all the tarnish was not dissolved. The result is a dynamic finish on the surface, which is kind of nice, but it's definitely not bright and shiny. This method took quite a bit of work, and again I spent about 10 minutes polishing this one small piece of copper to get this result. Not pictured is the very important step of thoroughly rinsing the copper pieces under running water. It's very important to rinse off any residue after cleaning. If you leave residue of any DIY homemade cleaner or polish, it will continue to interact chemically with the surface of the copper. This may lead to long-term damage in your copper item. We will talk about that more in another video, so be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified when I post new videos. Now it's time to rate this hack. But it wasn't just one experiment, it was 4. First, the lost footage of the freshly prepared lemon juice and baking soda paste. Second, the old lemon juice and baking soda paste. Third, the fresh lemon juice and baking soda paste. And lastly, the water and baking soda test. We can disregard rating the effectiveness of the plain water and baking soda paste because it did perform more poorly than the lemon juice paste, and it wasn't what was recommended. I just wanted to see how it compared and what its pH was compared to the lemon juice paste. I will base my rating on the third test of the fresh lemon juice and baking soda paste. Here's how I rate this hack. Number 1, time. It worked slowly and required 10 minutes of scrubbing, and this piece of copper didn't have any cooking oil or dirt on it, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for time. Number 2, cost. Baking soda can be had for as little as $1 a pound or sometimes up to $3 a pound, but in my opinion, using some old baking soda that's been in the back of the fridge is just fine. You can juice half a lemon and it doesn't have to be fresh, or you can use some store-bought lemon juice. I only used about a tablespoon for all these examples. Can't forget tap water for rinsing and paper towels if you don't have any fancy soft cloths. Because you can use old baking soda and old lemons or expired juice for this hack, I give it a 9 out of 10 for cost. Number 3, the messiness factor. It's not very messy until the cloth absorbed all the liquid and the baking soda powder got loose. But baking soda readily dissolves in water and is easy to wipe up with a damp paper towel. I used a few dishes for the experiment, but I only need one small mixing bowl in real life, so I give it a 9 out of 10. Number 4, safety. I think it's quite safe. There were no fumes, just a pleasant lemon scent. I wore gloves. I didn't notice any green residue, aka copper salts, so I give this one a safety rating of 9 out of 10. Number 5, disposal. Mixed and unmixed liquids and pastes can be rinsed down the sink. I used cloths and I washed those in the washing machine. Environmentally friendly disposal gets 10 out of 10. Number 6, how are the results? How well did this hack actually clean the copper? The results were a nice and shiny surface, although some brown tarnish was left. I think this leaves a dynamic surface, and I think it's pretty nice. So I'll give the results of this hack an 8 out of 10. So the overall rating comes to 8 out of 10. Overall, I like this hack for its effectiveness and the nice finish of the result. The only downside is that it takes a lot of work to get these results. If you have a lot of copper items or a large item to clean and polish, you might want to try a combination of hacks, such as cleaning first and then polishing. We will go over those options in a later video. If you have tried this hack, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this video and if you've got any DIY copper cleaning hacks and tips you'd like me to test. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you and have a great day.